Hey, wir sind bei Nice, wo ich dachte, das wäre eine fiktive Organisation im ersten Teil gewesen, aber scheinbar ja nicht, weil es ist ja eine direkte Fortsetzung vom ersten Teil. Deswegen vermute ich, dass das eigentlich die Erklärung dahinter einfach ist, dass Nice es auch schon im ersten Teil gab, aber Iracy als diese Illuminaten-Vereinigung einfach
ja,
nur...
Sie hat da Verschwörungen rein
interpretiert.
Andererseits, wenn jetzt die hier so ein Video verbreiten und sowas, dann so wie die hier gerade aussehen, sind sie auch sehr so. Und damit herzlich willkommen bei
Hi,
Somnium Files 2.
Ich bin mir relativ sicher, dass das einer der Bodyguards von Saito Sajima
Ich denke
war.
auch, der kommt mir so bekannt vor. Ich glaube, vielleicht ist das auch der Grund, weshalb Pewter und so hier drin nochmal vorkommen. Einfach aus Budgetgründen.
Maybe. Aber da haben sie dann, aber sie haben auch so gleichzeitig so viele neue Charaktere, also.
Ja.
Sure.
Why would they make something like this indoors?
Who knows?
Warum hat die einen Oscar? There's a glass doll here, I guess.
That's the nonupal X, the symbol of Nyes.
Nonupal means consisting of 9. You know how there's single, double, triple? Nonupal is the 9th.
So nonupal X means 9 X's?
Seems so.
Did you know that Nyes-Laws is
doing the 9 thing again.
Sure.
Lozenge referring to a diamond shape. In other words, Nyes-Laws means the 9 X's of the diamond.
Guter Firmenname, kann jeder einfach easy aussprechen. Hey Mamoru.
Wingsync?
Machen wir am Ende, ja? You're Tokiko's secretary?
Yeah, but I'm also her bodyguard. I used to be a bodyguard for a certain politician until the end of last year.
Ist er.
He was a piece of human garbage.
He sure was.
Ich weiß jetzt aber nicht, ob das die gleiche Stimme ist.
Then ended up here
Nice.
to an acquaintance introducing me.
About nice.
I was only hired recently. I don't know much about it, really.
Say something funny.
Something funny. There, I said it.
Oh, er war sehr stolz.
Oh, nochmal. Ich wollte gerade sagen, er hat sogar
Your
gelächelt.
badge.
That's something phony.
What is this? A vaudeville routine? That wasn't funny at all.
Sync. Just getting right to
Dass man
it.
das einfach so machen.
Die Frau denkt gerade, what is he doing?
Ja.
Was he...
It was a heat of the moment thing, but I ended up quitting my job. I don't regret punching that scumbag, but what am I going to do now? I've got 10 children.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh.
What? A job? With the conditions I requested? Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do anything, as long as it's not illegal.
Well, I've possibly bad news. It's Tokiko Shigure, the president of the Nice Japan branch. How did you end up here?
I had a very hard time finding the place. After all, Nyes is a secret organization hidden from the
Weird,
public.
dass er das jetzt so droppt.
Just happened to know someone who knew this location.
Okay.
Otherwise,
Also doch wie im ersten Teil.
Even after I got inside the building, it wasn't easy. The guards, the security gates. If I hadn't met Mamoru at the entrance, I probably wouldn't even have made it to this office.
I know about Abyss, and I know it's trustworthy. That's why I let you through to talk to the president.
About nice.
Anyway, I was surprised. I had heard of Nyes, the secret organization, but I thought it was just an urban legend. I can't believe it actually exists.
Yes, there has been all
Ja,
sorts
exakt
of
dieses
gossip
Bild
about
sehen
it.
wir auch.
Some claim
Im
we're a
ersten
secret
Teil.
society of
Ich habe nicht erwartet, dass wir
or
es
that we have
nice
something to do with
kontaktieren.
binary code that came from space. But that's
Ja,
all nonsense.
genau darüber hat sie auch
Made-up stories
geredet.
that become more and more embellished as they were passed on.
Interesting.
Rumors are quite a terrifying thing. Nyes is a perfectly legitimate ideological
Secret.
society. Our headquarters are located in New York, with many branches in cities throughout the world. This is one such branch.
Nice is an ideological society?
Ich habe auch
This is
Fragen.
a common misconception, but Nyes is not a religious organization. We are a group of like-minded individuals who act together based on a certain understanding of the universe.
And that is?
The simulation theory. Have you heard of it?
Yes.
Here
That
we
the world is
go.
an artificial simulation of reality.
Darüber hat er auch
Someone
geredet
or
in
something.
der letzten
Matrix.
Folge.
That's the theory.
You're saying everything in this world we're living in isn't real?
Yes. It's a false world constructed with specific rules by a program. And if it is made by a program, there must by necessity be imperfections, edges, or seams. To find these seams, or to create them, is our objective.
Create them.
Why would you do that?
If you tear at the seams of a cloth, it will unravel, and a hole will be created. Thusly, we will tear at the seams of the program
Das mit dem
until
Bild
it is
unterstützen,
unraveled,
dieses Konzept.
and its people are emancipated. That is our ultimate goal.
This old hack has completely lost
Ja,
it.
das ist also wirklich sehr wortwörtlich einfach Matrix.
Naja, ist ja nun mal auch eine Theorie.
Ja, how will you tear the seams of the world?
The
Oh, tear
intersection
again.
between the warp and
Ja,
drop,
stimmt.
that's where the seam can occur.
I don't understand.
Was war das nochmal? Fray the...
It is a prophecy.
Free to Fray.
Free to Fray.
Will be fulfilled eventually.
Oh,
What is that?
Secret Sign.
It's a hand sign we use. It's meant to resemble the sign behind me.
Naja.
Meant to, ja. Can you show me the hand sign again? Also, I guess, aber du hast zu wenig Finger dafür. About Bats 490.
Considering the fact that you are here, I assume it would be pointless to hide it. Indeed, I had my subordinates create that video. Bats 490 was an ARG, just a game. But there was a high-level encryption hiding a message within. We have been seeking high IQ individuals with the capability to decode it. The purpose was to recruit them into Knives.
Dann
So
sind sie
this QR
verschwunden.
video was made for the same
Hier, dieses
reason?
Kind hat's gemacht.
I
Gutes
am
Kinder können auch
aware of
Roboter
that
bauen.
video. I saw it on the news. However, it's completely unrelated to Knives. I assume someone made it with the intent to imitate Bats 490.
What do you think, Tama?
Hard to say on that alone.
About Chikara.
Do you mean the man from Horodori Institute of Genetics?
So you do know him. I'm actually here because of a tip I got from him.
Chikara is under arrest?
No, he was just released earlier. We didn't have enough evidence to keep him detained.
I see.
About your relationship with Chikara.
Chikara is a former member of Knives. Though this was over
Oh, man kann
20
euch einfach
years
verlassen
ago.
auch.
When he left us, he became an avid believer in the Order of Percent.
Order of Percent?
It's an organization that split off from Knives.
Order of Percent.
Yes.
Say they are a sect. The Order of Percent is a religious sect, whereas we are an ideological society. Despite our common roots, we are heading in completely different directions.
Then how did Chikara know that Knives created Bats 490?
I wouldn't know about that. Perhaps he asked an acquaintance from Knives.
What were you doing around 6 a.m.?
Judging by the way you asked that, I assume that's Jin's estimated time of death?
Well, yes.
I was in Okinawa from the night of the 8th. I had a seminar to attend on the 9th and 10th. I returned to Tokyo late last night.
I checked the logs for hotels and airports, for smartphone access points, and the security footage for each location. It's true that Tokiko was in Okinawa from the 8th to the 10th.
So she has an alibi.
As long as you presume Jin's body wasn't brought back with her from Okinawa.
I would not presume that.
By the way, would you mind if I asked you a question?
What is it?
Are you perhaps a Freyer?
Freyer?
Frey. I thought I heard that somewhere
I am
before.
asking the person within you.
What?
It's us, Tom! They're talking to us again.
Oder Ei.
Das war aber am Anfang, ganz nicht am Anfang? Da haben die auch mit
Diese
uns
Stimme?
geredet.
Die
Ja.
Stimme? Ja.
Ja, da haben die auch dediziert mit uns gesprochen.
I will ask you one more time.
Oh!
Freyer?
Es ist wirklich eine simulierte Welt, weil es ein Videospiel ist und sie wollen mit uns
Ja,
reden.
das wäre eine der Möglichkeiten, ne?
Freya? Yes. Darf ich yes sagen?
Aber wir wissen ja nicht mal, was ein Freya ist.
Naja, wir puzzeln die Welt auseinander. Das behaupte ich. Aber wir müssen hier sagen ja oder nein. Das heißt, wir können nicht sagen, wir wissen es nicht. I'm definitely a Freya. I don't know about you.
Nimm, was du möchtest.
Hey, Ryuki.
As I thought. Then you've realized this world is fictional. Am I correct?
Ryuki, what's gotten into you?
Then please tell me the nil number. If you truly are a Freyer, you should know it.
Haben wir eine Verpackung, wo wir drauf gucken können?
The Nil Number?
Es ist nicht. Warte mal. Ich glaube, ich weiß sie. Schade.
9.
9?
Ja, es wird eine längere Nummer sein.
Na, okay. Auch müssen wir später hin.
So, you don't know. In other words, you lied.
No good. She saw right through it.
I consider myself a
Thought that I
fraud.
could get her to keep talking if I faked my way through it.
Way to go.
What is a nil number? What is a Freyer? Frey. Right. I remember now.
It was written on that sign.
Frey to free. Frey can mean fight, but it can also mean to wear out or tear.
Also das impliziert ja für mich sehr eindeutig, dass das die Leute sind, die halt das Universum versuchen rauszustitchen.
Sie nennen ja den einen auch Terra. Freya wäre ja einfach ein Synonym
The word
dafür.
Frey was written on that sign in the QR code.
We of Nyes are only involved in Bats 490, which we created half a year ago. We are not the ones who created the QR video.
Sache Ushikoshi selbst wird der Schuldige, den wir am Ende stellen.
God, I hope so.
That can't be just a
God, I hope
coincidence.
so.
Oh, but it can. After all, we are living in nothing but a simulation. A false world created by a program. And such programs always have some glitches lurking under the surface. We call such glitches seams. Coincidences like this are a manifestation of such glitches. Proof of imperfection. Proof of the seams. The appearance of Jin's
Findest du nicht
corpse
gut?
is also likely to be
Ja,
an
es ist,
example of such
ich warte nur noch, dass sie Déjà-vu erwähnen.
Oh.
Are you familiar with the Philadelphia
Yes!
experiment?
It's a
We are
top
back
secret military
with 999.
experiment set to have taken
Das
place
ist
in the
wirklich-
American
Ja.
city of Philadelphia on October 28th, 1943.
Ist das auch ein Schiff?
A powerful
Nee.
electromagnetic wave was fired towards the
Doch,
USS
das ist
Alwin,
999.
a destroyer-class warship. Supposedly, the reason for doing this was to conceal the ship from showing up on radar. But as soon as the experiment began, something strange happened. The Eldridge was enshrouded in a greenish mist, then
This happened.
vanished. Afterward, it appeared at a military port in Norfolk, nearly 200 miles away from the shipyard in Philadelphia. Sometime later, it reappeared in its original position again.
So you're saying it teleported?
Well, it's nothing but an urban legend. Just an occult story with low credibility.
I relay Tama's story directly to the
Yes, exactly. However, the story doesn't end there. When the USS Eldridge returned to Philadelphia, there were several sailors on board, but some of them had melted like
Ich
a
wollte sagen,
rotten banana,
Eldridge.
while others ended
Ja,
up with
ja,
their
ja.
bodies entirely burned and blackened. Others were said to have merged with the steel hull,
Ist einfach Event Horizon
their
Schiff.
bodies having become a piece of the ship. Does that sound familiar?
You
Yes,
mean Jin?
Event Horizon. Oh.
Are you saying his right half teleported here?
It isn't impossible. If a seam was torn, that is.
Impossible.
They are going for it.
Definitiv, also wir bleiben gar nicht erst groß in der Realität.
Nö. Yoyagi Park. Und man sagen, wir sind natürlich auch die ganze Zeit immer noch in der Vergangenheit, ne? Ich spiele die ganze Zeit die Story vor 6 Jahren.
Er erzählt das quasi
Ja.
alles Mizuki.
Wieso gehört sich das
You
so an?
like this park, don't you, Ryuki?
I feel calm when I'm around nature. It's like I can feel the buzz inside me quieting down.
Same.
Tama, what do you think about what Tokiko said earlier? Is something like teleportation really possible?
Hey, come on. I told you the Philadelphia experiment is just an urban legend.
How else can you explain what happened with Jin? We can't deny that his right half suddenly appeared out of nowhere.
Jeez. Then why don't we find out for ourselves?
What do you mean? You want to go to the studio right now?
No need. Just close your eyes.
My eyes?
Just do it.
Oh,
Okay.
nice. Werden wir jetzt gesinkt von unserer AI? What's happening?
Mein Palace.
Wir kriegen eine VR, so eine VR-Darstellung einfach von dem Ding.
Mhm.
What the? Did we teleport here?
Are you serious?
We're in Studio Devita, aren't we?
It just seems that way. are not actually there.
Seems.
Last night, I scanned every nook and cranny of the scene. What you're looking at now is what I replicated using that data.
Wow. It's like I'm actually there. The corpse looks so real.
Want me to put a mosaic over it?
Uncensored is fine.
Now, less digressing and more investigating. Your objective is to solve the mystery behind the sudden appearance of Jin's right half.
All right. Let's start
Let's solve it then. Virtual Reality Activation. Das bitte, ich will genau diesen Screen künftig bei jeder VR-Brille haben. The VR allows you to walk around the scene and gather information. Tama's special vision mode, such as X-ray mode, can be applied to everything. By changing the special mode, what you can inspect will change. Utilize this to find hidden information. Guck mal, wir haben jetzt auch keine Zeit, deswegen können wir noch ein bisschen umgucken, ob hier irgendwelche Collectibles versteckt sind. Achso, und jetzt kann ich einfach hier jederzeit.
Wow, I can switch to X-ray mode too.
That's because I've gathered all data from the scene.
Und noch was?
X-Ray. Sind ganz viele Leute gewesen.
Maybe it's for having tea during breaks.
Hinter dem.
Ah ja, ah. Well. So viel zu untersuchen auch.
I wonder how deep this sign is embedded.
What do we do at times like these?
Right, the X-ray. The bottom part of the signboard is stuck pretty deep in there.
Sind noch Sachen
Bit
drin?
of a curve at the tip. Kind of like a man's...
Nope, that's not how it looks. What it looks
Couldn't
like.
you have compared it to a fishhook or something?
So sieht ein Penis
Well,
nicht
it
aus.
won't come out easily. Whoever stuck it in probably didn't want it pulled out.
Of course not.
Was ist das für
The
Dosen?
signboard would be useless unless it's standing.
It's useless unless it's standing?
Den Penis.
Let's not go there.
No, that's not what I meant.
Sign stabbing corpse. The signboard was stuck in the corpse, so it's difficult to remove. Aber was ist denn?
What's this? There's something inside the body.
3 things catch my attention. First, a mixture of potassium chlorate, sulfur, and red
Ach so,
phosphorus.
die Bombe.
This is probably a fire starter. It would ignite very easily. The fuse is coiled up and extends from there. By the way, the fuse includes an oxidizing agent, so it can continue to burn even inside the body. And finally, at the end of the fuse is a powder mixture of iron oxide and aluminum. This is a substance that causes a thermite reaction. When ignited, it creates heat of over 3,000 degrees Celsius and burns violently.
Inside the corpse is fuel that goes off with even the slightest impact, a fuse, and a substance that causes a thermite reaction. Die kann ich gar nicht angucken. Das sind einfach.
Auf der anderen Seite ging's, glaube ich.
Achso, ja. You can see the back of the set. There are a bunch of mannequins here.
Ach so, okay.
Ich glaube, in X-Ray Mode ist es das?
Ich glaube auch.
Podium.
The questions for the quiz also show up here too. Huh.
Sinnvoll, dass sie das für jeden Button gemacht haben.
Wirkt einer dieser Kameras etwas? Okay, gucken wir uns mal das so an.
It's a signboard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned yesterday, Jin's estimated time of death is 6 o'clock on February 9th. Based on the time this corpse appeared, it
Steht auch,
should
confirm
be
the
about
status
40
before the
hours
body
ago.
combusted. Deswegen muss ich ihn so untersuchen.
Rigor mortis seems to be fading already. It's not completely gone yet, but the body has somewhat softened at this point. It should take more time to get to this stage if it's been on a rooftop in the winter. That's why I think this corpse was kept indoors, someplace warm.
What's this? Getting a better look at it, it looks like something tied to his waist. It's like a spider's thread. No, even thinner.
My analysis concludes
nicht
that
erkennen.
this is a CNT, or carbon nanotube. Graphene sheets with a thickness of a single carbon atom. These were rolled into a cylindrical shape to make these nanotubes. The diameter is about 0.4 nanometers. A single nanometer is 1 billionth of 1 meter, so
hat's
it's
doch
not
gerade gesehen.
visible to the naked eye.
What?
Hebt ja extra.
But I can see it.
That's because this thread is made by bundling multiple CNTs. I've also enhanced your vision so you'd be able to see it. By the way, CNTs are extremely durable. They're elastic and hard to break, and it's said that their theoretical maximum tensile strength is 50 times that of steel. Anyway, where is the other end of the CNT connected?
So, das ist die Darstellung. Oh, wirklich so eine Hebevorrichtung oder was?
Es gibt auch kein Portal.
Wir wussten doch, dass es relevant ist.
By that red lamp.
Oder ist es einfach mal die Lampe aus? Ja. Das Licht ging ja auch aus und dann war er da. Also hing der wahrscheinlich hier oben.
Ja.
Und in der Sekunde, wo man das Licht ausmacht, landet er auch unten. Und wenn man es wieder anmacht, liegt er halt schon unten. Irgendwie so.
What's this?
It's the light switch.
The CNT is tied to it.
The CNT extending from the corpse was threaded to the ceiling beam and tied to the light switch. Interesting.
Also die Antwort war ein unsichtbares Seil.
Ein unsichtbares
Quasi.
Megaseil.
Megaseil.
Und keiner hat oben hingeguckt.
Ja. Bei Studiolichtern durchaus verständlich.
Okay, it looks like we're pretty much done investigating
Außer
here.
halt die
Using the clues we've
Studiotechniker, die
gathered
eigentlich
so
da oben
far,
Weil wir wissen ja
we
nicht,
should
in
be able to
welchen
solve the
Umständen sie
mystery.
sind.
You mean the mystery of how Jin's body appeared? That's what you're talking about, right?
Also es wurde teleportiert oben an die Decke und dann wurde es runtergelassen. The truth reenactment allows you to find the truth. Answer Tama's questions with the best answer only by correctly answering questions with the truth.
Let's get on that now.
Reenacted.
First thing, about that power outage when the body appeared. Was it really just a power outage?
I was wondering about that too. The lights came back on way
Schön
too
mehr
quickly.
Detektivmechanik.
Plus, if the power did go out, the stream should have cut out at the same time.
But the stream went on, no problem.
So it wasn't an outage. The lights were switched off.
So how did the lights get turned off?
Well, I think I know what did it.
Ja, also der Schalter.
That's the switch that powers the lighting.
Yeah, let's not overthink this. Someone simply walked up and flipped this switch.
But no one was near the switch when the lights went out. Let's try to think of something
Hat
else.
jemand an dem CRT, nee, wie heißt es, gezogen? Kann ich das spezifisch untersuchen?
There were bundled CNTs tied to the body. They were routed through the ceiling beams and onto the light switch.
But a dead body can't pull strings.
No, but it can fall.
Hat niemand
From the ceiling, I
runtergeschubst.
mean.
Now that you mention it, I thought I heard something hit the floor right after the lights went out.
The body fell from the ceiling and tugged on the CNT, which caused the light switch to turn off.
Oder da war irgendeine Vorrichtung,
So on
dass
to the
irgendwas
next
geschmolzen ist, oder da
The
gibt es ja
corpse was
mehrere
hidden up in the
Möglichkeiten, wie es da
ceiling,
irgendwie
right? Then
hing.
how did it fall?
Und irgendwas dann automatisch passiert. Aber wir finden es anscheinend jetzt raus. The ceiling beams were damaged, the culprit dropped it from above, the rigor mortis hoffend. Natürlich. Lag da oben, war fest, wurde soft, ist runtergefallen.
Das würde passen zu
ja.
den Hinweisen, die wir schon gefunden haben.
Ja.
The culprit used the mechanism
I
of
like
the
that.
body
That's
softening
dumb.
after
I
rigor
like it.
mortis. The body must have been placed up in the ceiling like a bridge between two beams. It would stay up there while the body is still stiff. But as time passes and rigor mortis lessens, the corpse softens.
And that's what made it fall down. Now, for
Ey, was
the
ist mit dem
final
Schild?
question,
Warum ist dieses Schild so
why did the
perfekt?
body explode and burn?
That's fine.
Wow.
Steckt da schon vorher
That can be
drin?
explained by
Ja.
using the X-ray mode. The ignition agent combusted from the impact of the body hitting the ground. The fire went up the coiled fuse and onto the substance that triggered a thermite reaction. The substance was eventually ignited, causing a huge explosion.
So that interval between the fall and explosion was because of the time it took for the fire to reach the end of the fuse. I get it. It was hard to find traces of that trick because it was such an analog method.
All right, I think we're starting to figure things out here. So you can turn off this VR space now.
No, not yet. That was just a rehearsal. We still have the main show.
What do you mean?
We're recreating the culprit's actions.
Ja, ja.
Are you telling me to do that?
You're the only actor here, aren't you?
Actor?
Ach, das ist wie ein Hannibal. This is my design.
Das kenne ich nicht.
Hm.
So, I'm Tama, the director and camera operator. Now that I'm in the director's chair, I'm not going to tolerate shoddy acting. So keep that in mind.
Are we recording something?
Of course we are. We're testing a theory here, so we need to create something that can be viewed objectively.
I have no idea what you're going on about.
Shut your stupid mouth, you third-rate bit part actor! Are you too much of a moron to figure this out without the director having to tell you everything?
But...
Just zip it and play the culprit. If we're doing this, we're going for the Macadamy Award.
Macadamy? Like, the nuts?
Enough! Let's get this
Macadamia
started!
Award.
Ready? Action!
Hi! I'm, the culprit who killed Jin. Now, prepare to witness
I
an
love him.
amazing show featuring this corpse.
Not only is your acting amateurish, but I don't even understand what kind of character you're trying to play here.
I am an amateur.
Well, this is just the beginning, so I'll give you a pass for now. Let's start with the positioning of the body. Where and how was it placed?
Well,
Die Musik ist aus dem JRPG.
Ja.
it was right here. The body was placed so it was hung like a bridge between two beams.
You can place it like
Ja, mit dem
this
Schild schon.
because it was still
Und dann ist es einfach so
Dann
gefallen.
dann-
So,
was
Wie- welch ein
vorbei
Glück.
the
so.
light trick.
Carbon nanotubes, CNT, were tied to the body. The CNT went up the beams and extended downward, onto the light switch.
CNT is too thin to be seen with the naked eye, so no one noticed it.
I've got it all set up. Now I just need to wait for the rigor mortis to subside.
Hey, aren't you supposed to be in character?
Boy! I sure hope the corpse gets softer soon! It
Giggles.
needs to be soft and squishy! Like an octopus!
This scene makes no sense. I'm cutting it out.
You made me do it!
And after time passed, rigor mortis began
Was
to...
ein Bild. Was ein Bild.
Die von unten zeigen.
Wie er gerade gefallen ist, war incredible.
The body falls, and the impact sets off the ignition agent inside it. The fire travels up the fuse line.
Soon after, a staff member turns on the lights.
Bam! A body appears, as if it teleported in out of nowhere. Sometime later, the burning fuse inside the body reaches the explosives. And that is the truth behind the corpse's sudden appearance and explosion!
Cut! Good work. I got some nice footage of the reenactment.
I still don't understand why the acting was necessary.
Können wir ihn frame?
Ich meine, hier haben sie jetzt auch dieses Filmreel da oben. Ich frage mich, ob das jedes Mal so sein wird. Weil hier war es ja wirklich ein Studio.
Oh, good point.
Weißt
Aber ich
du?
vermute schon, also ich würde mich sehr wundern, wenn die noch mehr HUD-Elemente gemacht haben. Ist ja im Grunde VR, man kann ja einfach sagen,
Das
hier ist eine
stimmt.
Kamera. Aber du hast recht.
It all makes sense now. That corpse didn't teleport
Also
here
hätten wir auch von
after
Anfang an
all.
so machen können.
Of course it didn't.
Ja.
Though the culprit obviously wanted it to seem that way.
Half of a body just suddenly appearing out of nowhere. Just like the Philadelphia experiment. Someone went through all that trouble to make it look like something strange occurred.
I think they also wanted to draw as much attention as possible to that sign. All so they could spread that QR
Weil sie
video.
ein Terror sind. Nicht nur, weil sie Leute in zwei schneiden, sondern weil sie einen Terror in der Realität holen wollen.
About the time rigor mortis will subside.
The
Ja, how would
culprit
they
must
know?
have wanted the body to fall during the live
Ich
stream,
meine, er ging
right?
6 Stunden lang. Ich glaube, das ist
Or
einfach die
pointless
Begründung.
otherwise. But could they really predict when rigor mortis would dissipate so accurately?
The culprit didn't put the corpse up on the ceiling beams while it was completely stiff. It had to have been after the body had started to soften, just slightly. That way, they could estimate that the body would fall in a few hours or so. The stream was scheduled for a whole 6 hours. The culprit was fine as long as the body fell sometime during that period.
Why did the culprit blow up the corpse?
Their goal was to make it seem like a supernatural phenomenon.
And they got
That's
me.
why they
Wie im ersten Teil auch.
TLC.
Ich habe ihnen geglaubt, dass da irgendwie sowas
Give
hintersteckt.
away the trick?
Right.
Tja, du warst ja nicht
So
schlau
that's
genug, an
why
ein
they caused
unsichtbares
the thermite
Stahlseil
reaction
zu
and
denken.
destroyed the
I am
CNT.
dumb. Ich bin ein Idiot. Und Tom? Du auch. Wir beide. Zu dumm.
Zu dumm.
Da, TNT is a highly flammable carbon material. It doesn't stand a chance against 3000 degrees temperature, but it bonds with oxygen to create carbon dioxide, which helps extinguish the flame. Also das Seil löschte die Flamme. What the reason? The corpse's cross-section was facing downward. Exactly.
That body fell from the studio ceiling.
Oh, weil die Bombe mit dem Gewicht unten war.
Ja, und weil er auch so
Sie sprechen genau das an.
Yes, like you said, it would have been pointless unless.
Oh, das hätte ich nicht gedacht, dass sie das ansprechen.
You know what?
Again with that joke?
Maybe.
Besides, it is not useless when it's not erect.
Exactly.
What?
There was another purpose to the sign. It's the same reason darts and rockets have tails.
I get it. The cut surface would naturally face the ground because of that sign. It was meant to control the body's posture as it fell.
I'll accept this.
Ja, passt schon. Ich hätte das jetzt auch nicht weiter hinterfragt.
Ich verstehe es nicht komplett, aber ich akzeptiere das.
To make this seem like a supernatural phenomenon and to spread the QR video, right?
I don't know if that's all there is to it, but probably.
I wonder why Jin was chosen.
Who knows?
Ich meine, und wie kann es sein, dass die andere Hälfte 6 Jahre später dann kommt?
Anyway, starting our search for the people who might have the intel we need is #1 rule of investigation, right?
Like who?
Maybe.
Jin's right half was up in the studio ceiling the whole time we were shooting the show. There must be someone who knew about it, or at least noticed it.
You mean... the director, Jinpei Wagai?
Right.
Erneut, alles, was ich anspreche, machen sie dann auch. Die Mitarbeiter müssen ja da oben aufgebaut haben.
At the Maid Cafe Sunfish Pocket.
Ich hätte nicht gedacht,
dass...
dass...
theoretisch nur einen geben, der irgendwie für zuständig war und das dann wusste.
Ja, das sagen sie ja, dass er das wäre.
Wer weiß, ob er es jetzt auch wirklich ist.
Ja, aber ihn hätte ich jetzt nicht...
Stagehand.
Ich hätte jetzt nicht vermutet, dass er eine große Relevanz hat. Und ich meine, er kam ja auch erst spontan dazu. Hat er ja erzählt.
Er hat aber vorhin bei irgendwas auch gestammelt.
Ja?
Ja. Ich weiß nicht mehr genau, was es war, aber...
Haben wir wieder Zero Escape? Jawohl, da mal links wieder Zero Escape Man.
Stimmt, ja.
Oh. Ich dachte gerade, das wäre, weil es so braun war, ich dachte, das sah geschlossen aus.
There he is.
Ah, shit.
Oh.
Okay, well. Dann, ihm fehlt ein Auge. Oder guckt er nur so?
Oder guckt nur so.
Okay, it's Quicktime Time, I guess. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Zieht er direkt mit einer Waffe auf uns?
Oh, cool. Oh, das sind richtige Quicktime-Events.
Oh mein Gott. Wo wir schon beim Matrix-Kram sind.
Ja.
Das ist blöd.
Gut, meinst du? Warum sagst du blöd? Das falsche Wort. Das falsche Wort genutzt. Oh. Oh. Cool.
Guck den sogar hinterher.
Hey, guys. Esst weiter.
Firing your gun in here? Are you insane? There are customers and staff in here.
Not anymore.
My bad.
An apology is not gonna cut it.
Several people have called the authorities. The local police should be here soon.
Hey, can't you just let me go?
What?
I told you, my girl's pregnant, right? I can't go to jail! That's why I accepted his offer in the first place. I needed money to take care of my kid.
Accepted whose offer?
Some guy named Terror.
Here we
I
go.
don't know his real name.
Ich liebe
I
Terror.
haven't seen his face or heard his voice either. All my contact with
Ja, das wird doch sicher der gewesen, der das Video dann auch programmiert hat. In dem einen kurzen Sequenz im Somnium haben wir ja einen coolen Typen gesehen, der das programmiert hat. I want to borrow your studio for an hour or so on the 10th before you start preparing for the stream. Do not let anyone near the studio during this time. That includes you. All you need to do is keep the entrance unlocked, that's all. I'll pay you 5 million. If everything goes well, I'll pay you on the night of the 11th.
So me and the staff haven't met this terror guy at all. I don't know what happened in the studio either. I had no idea that was gonna happen.
Aber jetzt auf ihn zu schießen macht halt gar keinen Sinn.
Nope. Come to class 3A at Sekiba High. You'll get your money there.
3A at Sekiba High.
Ryuki.
Yeah, let's go.
Ich meine, sie haben das gleiche gemacht mit Date, als er im ersten Teil in Yakuza kam. Er ist der Yakuza-Typ. Er weiß, warum er da ist. I guess it makes sense. He's an evil guy.
Ja, aber er ist ja nicht evil.
Nee. Aber schon, ich greife Polizei an, wenn die mir gefährlich
sind. Selbst wenn das jetzt erfolgreich wäre und er hätte ihn erschossen, dann...
wäre er weggerannt. Ja, das machen ja Leute, wenn sie was... Oh!
Wow!
That's not money.
The director of
That's a
Horodori
man.
Institute of Genetics.
Half of a man.
Chikara Horodori.
No
So
way.
viel zur Unsterblichkeit.
Can't be.
Vor allem, er hängt da drin? What the fuck?
Ja, weil ja wieder gezeigt werden soll, sieht so aus, als ob der in der Wand teleportiert worden wäre, aber der wird einfach dran geklebt worden sein, gehe ich mal von aus. Und da sind wir wieder. Nee, sind wir immer noch bei Ryuki.
Ich finde auch krass, wie lange wir Ryuki spielen.
Hätte ich nicht
Das
gedacht.
Versprechen von einem Mizuki Ei des Somnium Files ist bisher nicht so richtig eingelöst. Oh, hier waren wir auch schon oft.
Mr. Date told me about this shrine. This place is so full of nature. Just like Yoyagi Park. It's just calming here.
I see.
Tama, would you mind giving me some support?
What do you mean?
I've been thinking about Chikara's murder.
Are you sure you're okay, Ryuki?
What do you mean?
I feel like all of this has been taking a huge mental toll on you.
I'm fine. More importantly, can you recreate the crime scene for me? I
Direkt
just need to
nochmal
close my
Virtual
eyes,
Reality.
right?
Yeah, but... Fine. I'll play along. You are technically my master. I can't disobey your orders.
Thanks. Let's start then.
Ich hätte gedacht, wir verbringen sehr viel Zeit wieder mit verschiedenen Locations rumreisen. Aber nein, wir sind direkt wieder da.
Mein Gott.
It's perfect.
Ist so traurig.
It's just like the real thing.
I learned how to do 3D modeling in a correspondence course. Back when I was a student, my grandma told me I should learn a skill set.
Entschuldigung?
Oh, ich kann jeden einzelnen Tisch und Table angucken.
So, jetzt
Ah nee,
einfach
die zeigen sich das.
dunkel sein hier, ne?
Ich glaube schon, ja. Okay. Let's go. Let's get to it.
Chikara's right side. The cross-section is stuck right onto the blackboard.
What's the estimated time of death?
Based on the time the body was discovered, that would make it about 4 hours ago.
So, around 8 p.m. on February 11th. Right around the time we were meeting with Tokiko.
I'm sorry, Ryuki. This might freak you out, but there's something I have to tell you. Will you hear me out?
What?
The thing is, this corpse is so cowardly that...
It has no guts!
Oh mein Gott.
What?
I know. That was so bad. The joke was over before I even said it. But I just had to do it. I mean, look, the corpse is completely missing its guts. I couldn't let this chance pass me by.
Stattdessen voller Kleber.
Mhm.
Oder einfach, weil es dann leichter ist. Ne?
The reason the covers on the blackboard is because it doesn't have internal organs anymore. The open space inside the body has a lower pressure than the outside. It's similar to how suction cups work.
No.
Er wurde so...
Nee.
Ja.
Nee.
Tom, klar, denk doch mal. Wenn ich dir jetzt die Hälfte des Körpers abschneide...
Das heißt, man kann ihn da
That's so funny.
abpluppen.
That's so fucking funny.
Das ist die Erklärung. Are you kidding me?
Und auch nur im Trivia-Bereich, gar nicht in der... Das war, weil das selbstverständlich ist.
War zu unangenehm, um es einem Voice-Actor aussprechen zu lassen.
Well, satisfied?
Amazing Suction.
Ich habe das Gefühl, ja, ich habe das Gefühl, ein Charakter wird das noch aussprechen. What about security cameras?
I checked the footage, but I didn't see anyone suspicious. Of course, that place is huge, so there are plenty of areas the security cameras don't cover.
Any cameras on campus?
None. Do you remember what Gen said? The security at Sekiba High is completely lacking.
He did say that. About the Nile message, Terra sent Shinpei.
I think he was lying about the money.
You think?
Terra probably wanted someone to find Chikara's body.
You mean he wanted Shinpei to find it?
Not necessarily. It might have been for the police. Terra might have predicted that someone from the police would contact Shinpei.
Is Terra the culprit?
That's my assumption. I can't think of any other suspects.
Just who is this Terror?
I wouldn't be having so much trouble if I knew that.
It can't be Tokiko, can it? Tokiko was with me at Chikara's time of death, and she was in Okinawa during the incident with Jin.
Yeah, at the very least, it seems unlikely that she did it personally.
But something has been bothering me. I feel like Tokiko is involved somehow.
Naja, doch halt seltsame, genau, weirden Kram machen, right, basically.
The appearance of Jin's corpse was made to seem like a paranormal phenomenon, as if the same thing from the Philadelphia experiment had happened.
After all, we are living in nothing but a simulation.
Obwohl doch, dann wäre es auch, wenn sie glauben, dass es eine Simulation ist, dann gibt es auch keine
moralischen, ja, genau.
I don't know, but it's possible. In any case, let's go see Tokiko. I have to talk to her.
Understood. We've come this far. I'll back you up until you're satisfied.
Ich habe das Gefühl, diese 3 Punkte müssen irgendwas bedeuten. Das, als ob sie irgendwas weiß, was er nicht weiß und überlegt so, okay, ich mach mit. Es ist so häufig, es ist ein bisschen seltsam.
Uiui, diese Sektion sieht immer ein bisschen billow aus.
Ja, voll.
Als ob da irgendwie Effekte fehlen.
Mhm. Wer weiß, ob das einfach der Fall ist, aber ich glaube nicht.
I thought you would be arriving soon.
What do you mean?
I mean, I knew you would come see me.
Mhm. So, an dieser Stelle ist diese Folge dann auch vorbei. Beim nächsten Mal wollen wir mal gucken, was Tokiko uns zu sagen hat. Ich glaube nicht, dass wir da schon rausfinden, wer der Terra ist.
Warte mal, kann ich mal kurz in die Timeline gucken, ob wir
bitte
sehen können, wie weit wir da sind?
Aber du kannst ja eigentlich nicht...
Weil ich finde aber schon crazy, dass wir die ganze Zeit halt eine Timeline haben. Once you clear Somnium, you can select it as a unlimited sync with no time limit. That's cool.
Falls du die Sachen suchen willst.
Ja. Guck mal, das ist immer noch nur dieser erste, das finde ich crazy. Ach, guck mal, links sehen wir sogar die Tage, was ich ganz nett finde.
Aber da wird schon noch mehr kommen, du.
Ja, und vor allem, das ist ja nur die Flowchart, also... Ach nee, sie können die Tage dahin machen, weil ja sowohl in der Gegenwart als auch in der Vergangenheit die gleichen Tage es sind. Deswegen ist auch kein Jahr dabei. Das ist ganz nett. Dann wird man vielleicht vielleicht, weil hier, wenn man dann... Ja, guck mal, Ryuki Chapter 0 und hier ist es Mizuki, die man sieht. Weil man ihr vielleicht direkt was sagt und dann kann man hier als Mizuki weiterspielen. Interesting.
Aber erst nachdem wir das rausgekommen. Was war denn das nochmal? Wir mussten irgendeinen Namen eingeben, ne? War das ein Name?
Ich weiß es leider nicht mehr genau, was es war. Ja, er hat halt irgendein Trauma, aber wir müssen irgendwie sagen, was für ein Trauma es war, aber ich weiß nicht mehr genau, was wir... Ach, guck mal, das ist das Zeichen.
Ja.
Das ist ein Nike-Zeichen. Interesting, Tom, interesting.
Ja, also es fühlt sich schon so an, als hätte man noch das meiste vor sich, was ja auch so.
Ja, natürlich. Oh.
Da wird noch einiges kommen.
Ja, ich bin einfach überrascht davon, dass es bisher einfach linear ist. Vielleicht war es bei Ei auch so, kann sein, aber in meiner Wahrnehmung gab es bei Ei direkt am Anfang dieses Ding, wo wir nach links dann gegangen sind und auch nach rechts gehen können. Und das ist bisher scheinbar nicht der Fall.
Vor allem hier bei Ryuki haben wir auch gar nicht das Tamagotchi, das uns immer fragt.
Ich habe mich gerade gefragt, was mit dem Tamagotchi ist.
Aber er hat es ja einfach nicht.
Das hat er Ist das so?
Obwohl, doch, da hast du so ein Ding.
Nee,
das hat sich jetzt schon so lange nicht gemeldet.
Wo habe ich denn einen Tamagotchi?
Oder nee, was war das rechts?
Nee, das ist dieses Self-Help. Nee, du hast recht.
Nee, das ist das.
Dann haben wir das verpasst, wie die sich gemeldet hat.
Das kann sein, ja.
Ja, Benchpress ist gut. I guess.
Mach irgendwas, ja.
Guck mal, Loving holt auf. Wie lange kannst du langsam mal erwachsen werden? Meine Güte. Okay, jetzt hören wir dann auf.
Genau, bis zum nächsten Mal.
Tschüss.
Tschüss.